friends, welcome back to this platform. My name is Marjorine, Nantambi, your life and leadership coach. So today we are going to share about something very interesting and very controversial to some people, and that is sowing a seed to achieve your dreams. Yeah, we all have these dreams and goals that we want to achieve, and in particular today I'm going to share something that I wrote about in this book, my book Bounce Back, and that is how I sowed a seed for a job. For those that have read this book already, you know how I spent a lot of time and I was looking for a job. I had applied to all places. Now you apply and you do not even get a reply. So if you've been applying and you're not getting a reply, guess what? It is normal. Those people actually do not respond. For some reason, most of the people don't respond. But I was also in that place. I was in that position where I had graduated from university and I had spent a lot of time at home trying this and that to keep myself busy, trying online courses and all those things. And I kept applying and nothing was coming through. I had been home for almost a year. Yes, I know it's quite a long time, but some people actually spend a longer time than I did. But I was at that point where I had actually started giving up on looking for employment. So what I shared about in this book is what I want us to discuss today. Sowing a seed for your dreams. It doesn't matter what dream you are looking at. It could be a job, it could be a marriage relationship. Yeah, maybe you want to get married, maybe you want to build a house, maybe you want to give to charity, whatever your dream is. Maybe you want to become a leader in some place, or it's a promotion at work, whatever it is, sowing a seed for it. And I share that in this book. But I also read a book by Terri Savelle Foy, that Dream It, Pin It, Live It, and she was also talking about the same, why it's important to actually sow a seed for your dreams. Yeah, you know in the Bible where they say you reap what you sow, it is actually very true. You reap what you sow, and here she also mentioned that you may not have what you need, but you're never without seed to sow for it. You may never have what you need, but you're never without seed to sow for whatever you want to get. And you know that even in the Bible it says that it's better to be a giver than a receiver, right? And of course God cannot be mocked. When you give to God, you can get it back. I know about giving, people say, oh no, now I give my money to these priests or these pastors and then they misuse my money. Guess what? That is not your role to find out what they're using the money for. Your role is to give to God. If they misuse the money or whatever, that is on them. But you fulfill your part, do the giving, and it's up to them to know how they'll use the money. So how this helped me actually, it is actually important to name your seed. Name your seed. Do not just give for like get money and then you know how the basket keeps moving around during church and then you just give chop, chop. Name your seed. Naming your seed is giving purposefully. Like you say, God, this money is maybe for my job promotion. This money is for marriage. This money is for maybe the charity I want to start. This money is for the business I want to start. This money is, name your seed. I don't know what you want to achieve right now, or the goal that has been pressing on, or that dream that you badly want to achieve, but name your seed. Get money, give it the name that you're working on, and then give it to God. Guess what? It will come back to you in very unexpected ways. So in this book, I shared a story that I want to share with you. Like I mentioned, I was home for a very long time. Like I applied to all these jobs, like whatever link that would cross my path, I would apply for it, yeah. And somehow it didn't come through, and I kept applying and applying. And one day we were in church, and the priest said, give to God, expecting something in return. I know, of course, the Bible already says that God has already given us through grace, like we have all that we ever need through grace, and our actions do not impress Him. But here, giving is not you to impress God. It is actually you to work on your faith. Because when you give and if the things get to happen, that is you increasing your faith. So it's not that when we give, we are triggering God to give more, because He says He has already, it's by grace that we have received whatever that He has given to us, and our actions do not actually impress Him. But what the actions will do what the actions are going to do are going to work on you, on your faith. They are going to increase your faith as an individual. And actually those are some of the things that we discussed also in the John Maxwell roundtables. For those that have joined already the roundtables, you know that we discussed that my most important relationship, and how your relationship with God can help you get through most of the things. But even for those that are not yet on, that are still signing up, make sure you get on, because you don't want to miss out. Yeah. So the story of how I sowed a seed and God came through, actually mine was immediate. Like, we were in church and then the priest was saying how it's important for you to sow a seed and then you ask God whatever you want. But like I shared, I had applied in very many places. You know, you apply to very many places and you forget some. Like, you give up and forget and you just keep applying to new places. So I found a missed call. Like, you know, when you're in church, you can't pick up your phone. I don't know if you pick up your phone, but when I'm in church, I do not actually pick up. So I saw it, the phone vibrating. Of course, I silenced it. And at the end of the service, I called back, and then the person at the end of the phone was like, "Hi, is this Marjorine?" I'm like, "Yes." "Did you apply for this position in our organization?" I'm like, "Yes, I did." Then they asked me, "Why didn't you apply for this higher position instead of the one?" Because they had, you know, an organization has different positions that you have to apply for. So me, I had applied for the list. You know how you think, okay, these organizations are looking for experience and all those things, but now I'm fresh from university, I don't have any kind of experience and all. So I applied for a lower position, but it had a salary expectation. Like, you write an essay and then in there you write your salary expectation. So I asked around, because I had not worked before. I didn't even know how much money to ask for. So I asked around, what should I put in here? They told me I put 500,000 in my application. So they told me, "Why did you apply for this position instead of the other?" Then I gave them my reasons. I thought you needed experience and all that. And then this gentleman said, "If we gave you this higher position, would you take it?" I'm like, "What? Yes, of course I would take it." So because he said, because if you get this position, you can get that money, but on the lower position, we do not give that money for that. Well, I was like, "Yes, I'll take it." So that was a Sunday. Just to take you back just a little bit, when the priest mentioned that during service, remember I was not working, so I did not have money on me. But a friend of mine had given me 50,000 that I was keeping to return the next day. Like, you know how you meet with a friend and then they give you this money, maybe they're rushing someone, they're like, "Oh, that's my money, you'll give it to me when we meet tomorrow." I'm like, "Okay." So I had it in my bag. I told God, "God, you know what? You know I'm not working, so I don't have money, right?" I was like, "Okay." But I have this friend's 50K. It's all that I have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it to you, hoping for a job. When you give me that job, I'll get that money and pay my friend back. Imagine that kind of faith, eh? Because of course you would have that doubt and you're like, but what if I don't get this money? Won't my friend think I'm a thief or I've used their money? So that's the same faith I put in there. I was like, "You know what, God? I'm giving you this 50K, but you know it is not mine. So I'm giving it to you. Get me that job, I get the money, I pay my friend back." As if when you get a job, they pay you immediately. But that's just the faith I had at that point, because I was desperate and I had waited and waited and waited and waited for a job and nothing was coming through. So the gentleman called me and he's like, "If you take up this position, or if we give you this position, would you take it?" I'm like, "Yes, I would. I would love to take it on." So the interviews were the next day on Monday. And when I went in there, of course, it was tough. The panel had like 8 people. You had a practical exam to do before you go into the panel. So it was a bit tough. People were dropping off there. I found people that we were doing the interview with. And some, when they came there and it was a practical exam, practical interview, they were like, "You know what, I can't do this." Like, they give you you go into a room, there is a computer and there is a paper, like an exam for you to do. So I got in there, I did that, then I went to the panel, I faced the panel, of course, with confidence and all those things. And after that, I got the job. Now imagine Sunday, I gave God 50,000, and then they called me immediately, and then Monday, I went for that interview and got the job. Now imagine I gave God 50,000, I asked for a job, and he gave me a job paying 500,000, and that was my first job. Now, that is what we call sowing, believing for your dream. I don't know which dream you have right now. I don't know if it's to get out of debt, whatever it is, even if it's health, like maybe you've been sick for a long time, or you have someone that is your loved one that is really sick, you can actually sow a seed for that. And trust me, I've seen it work in my life. It will definitely work in your life as well. So that is it. And don't forget to name your seed. Like, don't just give for have a name that, God, this money is for this, and give it. Don't mind what the priest or what the pastors will use the money for. Do your part of giving to God. The rest you leave it to him. So I hope it will work for you as well. Don't forget to put in the comments what has worked for you, and if you try it and it works, don't forget to bring the feedback back on, so because we need to learn from each other. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you here for the next videos. Bye.